So basically I'm doing this 3-part series at the moment where I'm trying to get a video out every couple of days, just surrounding the new My Wedding Stories pack. And I'm going to say something really controversial right now, guys. So far in my experience, I don't think the Sims 4 My Wedding Stories pack is actually that bad. Of course, I'm saying that from the standpoint of someone who actually hasn't even played any of the gameplay yet. I've just purely built and used Creator Sim. If you watched my last video, you know that I actually liked most of Creator Sim. I think the price swatches in Creator Sim are horrendous, mostly except for this one dress that I'm like in love with. And actually, I wish I could wear it to my own wedding, but then that mermaid tail gown. Anyway, I'm getting besides the point. So far the cast proves to be decent. Should they give male child Sims a rainbow swatch in their one outfit? Yes, but we're not here to talk about that. This time I'm actually exploring the kind of building side of things. What kind of better way to explore building in a pack than to do a speed build? So that's what I've done today. I've decided to, you can't be a Sims YouTuber doing a Sims pack or covering a Sims pack without making something to do the gameplay in. So I'm making a wedding chapel, and I made a proper wedding church chapel in Glimmerbrook. Surprisingly, I didn't actually have too much trouble with the exterior of the building. Usually I have massive trouble with that, but not today. I had trouble like filling the garden because I wanted to have like an outdoor wedding space and an indoor wedding space, and then I achieved the outdoor wedding space, but then it turns out that I had like so much. I did like a tea garden and everything like that, so you'll see that later in the video, but I also had so much extra space that I had to fill up with something. Then I thought it was a church, so let's do like a proper community church yard stuff. So I've got some like kids swing sets in there. I've got like a little gated area where you can like sit in calm. It's actually very pretty. It looks quite bougie. It looks more like a renovated church than like an actual church where people worship at. But I was actually quite pleased with this build, and I'm quite surprised with myself for being pleased with this build as well, because I'm actually terrible at community lots. That's why you've never seen me build a community lot in The Sims before. Because I don't go out enough to look at architecture for community lots, if that makes sense. I'm quite a reclusive person anyway, so it's quite hard for me to do something like that because I just don't explore enough. But I stepped out my comfort zone to do something for this video, and I actually quite enjoyed the results. In the end, I actually preferred the exterior on the back of the building than I did on the front, and so I kind of wish I could have just like swapped that around in the end and had like the front, the back of the front, and the back of the front. But yeah, I was quite surprised by this lot I was building as well. I was building at the Rock Ridge Canyon, as you can see in the top left corner of the build, and that's where the Charm family lives. You know, that big mansion in Glimmerbrook, like the only somewhat decent house in Glimmerbrook, because we all know how flawed those houses are. But at least it's not like Del Sol Valley where there aren't any toilets, which I didn't. I thought people were like hyping that too much and like just saying too much about that because I had never experienced it before. But then I actually played the Bailey Moon household just in my own time, and I realized that there was like one toilet in that massive mansion that had like a billion bathrooms in, so that was something. But we're not here to talk about Del Sol Valley. We're here to talk about this build and this wedding pack in general, and the build items really surprised me. I actually quite liked them, and at first when I was looking at them I thought there were loads. There's actually not loads of build items, but every single item that they give you is goods, which you never get, and they have like all different multi-use swatches and that, which like you still kind of discover for like different cultural weddings and all that. So I quite appreciated that. And actually there's not many for like actual building inside a house. There's like one wallpaper. I think this might be an archway, but I never actually found it, I don't think. But they have some really nice windows in there. They have like this one stained glass window that looks perfect for a church, which I actually do put on the top of the church's tower in this. And until I built that tower, I wasn't sure if I was going to build a church or a community hall. But then I was like, you know what, it's just a church now. What screams religion more than witchcraft, apparently. So that's what I did. Anyway, the reason why I kind of did like the Glimmerbrook themed wedding chapel was just because I really like witches. It might be a bit behind with you guys, but for me right now, I'm actually looking at myself putting in some of the new windows in the pack. And my god, those stained glass windows are gorgeous. And I think that's what works, that suited it very well with actually doing the Glimmerbrook one, because a lot of the windows that came with Realm of Magic, they have like these gorgeous stained glass swatches. Most of the windows in this place end up clear, but I do use some stained glass swatches on the windows and like the tower in that, and I just think it looks very nice. And it's always like a nice elegant touch to any kind of like religious churchy kind of themed build. And I just don't think there's enough of the church in The Sims. But yeah, as you can see, I used a lot of Realm of Magic windows and a lot of what's the word I'm looking for, a lot of My Wedding Stories windows, and I think that's all I used them for. No, I used a couple of windows from Get Together as well. I mean, Get Together's just such a solid pack as well. Like, you can't go wrong with Get Together because they give you so much. I'm never too fond of the swatches because I think like I just think the Wind and Bird swatches don't tend to fit like, and that's the problem with a lot of packs. Like the swatches in the pack always fits each other, but they don't tend to fit other packs as well. And The Sims are kind of like straying away from that. It's more like the textures of things just look different. I'm like, yeah, I'm complaining too much about it. I mean, it's not bad. I can still like make a nice coherent build, but there's a lot of suspension of disbelief. A lot of the time with like building, it's like, well, these actually do have separate different textures in that, but you got to kind of pretend that they all are cohesive like they would be in an actual build, if that makes sense. And it's fine when you're looking at things from a distance and that, but I can be very particular in what I see, and a lot of times I try to match things too much to the death of me, and I'm not very good at that suspension of disbelief and that like creativity there. I'm an artist. I studied animation for for like 2-3 years. I did screenwriting for 4 years. I'm actually a writer at heart, but I don't even write scripts for my videos at the moment because I'm just too lazy. That's my problem. I'm a very lazy girl. But yeah, because I'm an artist, I can be quite picky with things, and I just want everything to be normal. But I did actually mostly have a lot of fun with the build. It's only when I got to like the interior part, I was decorating the upstairs, where I got bored, if that makes sense, because I was trying to mostly use items, especially for the interior, from the new pack, and a lot of them just kind of bored me after a while. I think build by packs are never like my favorite because I love building in The Sims, but I love when I was Sims 3, I exclusively played Sims 3 with Supernatural Sims. I don't do it so much in The Sims 4. I think it's so much easier to do like everyday gameplay, if that makes sense, but I love like that exciting special gameplay that you can't really get in the real world, if that makes sense. I liked the addition of pews in this pack as well. I think it's just like such a subtle thing because you can have like that church themed build now with the pews, because before you just kind of had to like use these benches and hope for the best. It just looks so much better, and it makes me think of like the churches I went to in my youth. Yeah, so I haven't actually, so I'm saying that I liked the pack and I liked the build stuff and I liked the cast items, but I haven't actually done any of the gameplay yet, so I haven't experienced any glitches. So I don't know what anyone's talking about when they say that this pack has glitches and bugs, because I haven't seen one. But then again, I am lying, I've done like 2 bits of gameplay just so I can make the thumbnail for this video. I had my Sims in one of my regular playthroughs, my personal playthroughs. I had them like walk down the aisle just because I wanted to, because I thought it would be just fun to look at that. And obviously I had them get married at the arch, which actually the interaction for that wasn't any different, so that's fun. Also, I have like the tea trays out in the garden as well, which is nice, but my Sims autonomously decided to like pour the tea or brew the tea or whatever, and I noticed it cost 90 simoleons. What tea costs 90 simoleons? I am confused. Yeah, no, if you're paying 90 simoleons for tea, then mate, you're being scammed, or you must have some really posh tea. I also did an indoor chapel in here as well. I had a bit of fun with platforms. I've never been the best at platforms, but I made up for it. And I kind of like had a little raised dais, or you know, the little platform thing. Anyway, I had that behind the arch in the indoor chapel. It's not usable. I don't think an efficient would be able to. Are there efficient? Are there efficients? God, that was hard to pronounce. Were there efficients in this pack? I don't know. Don't tell me. And I'm really annoyed because Lil Simsy's done her review, Plumbella's done her review, Fake Gamer Girl has even done her review for this pack, and I haven't been able to watch any of them because I have been trying to avoid any spoilers so I could kind of like keep my reactions more real in this game, I suppose, or in these videos. In this build as well, I also tried to, I think I'm a bit early for this, I'm actually, because I'm watching the video while I record this as well, but the timing's always off because I need to like, you always have to like cut off parts of the video, if that makes sense. But I tried to actually do a bar space downstairs, so that's kind of like the social club aspect. Do they have social clubs in other countries? Because in the UK we have like, or at least in my town, we have like a billion different social clubs, and that's where like in like a town they just have all their parties there. Like I went to my niece's party the other week at a social club, so I had that kind of like bar space downstairs, because they always have a bar in a social club. Always, it is a bar. It's not actually called a pub. Pubs are different, but yeah. But I tried to have that space, and I also had a catering space down upstairs as well, which I wasn't too pleased with, because I had to like do a dining room and had to make it decked out for a reception. And I've been to one wedding in my life, so I'm not exactly the best judge of what a wedding actually looks like. I was a teenager, and my memory is so bad from that time, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I really don't know what a wedding's supposed to be like. Good luck to me if I ever get married. I mean, I have to be in a relationship for that first, and that's never going to happen. I also did do a little shrine to the Watcher. I canonized it in my head as a shrine to the Watcher. It's just a shrine in front of that plumb bob painting that you have in The Sims. But I mean, it has to be somewhat religious, and that's the closest thing to like a religion in The Sims. Obviously, there's like in The Sims Medieval, there's like the Jacobean religion or something like that, but I haven't played Sims Medieval yet. I have it on my Origin, ready for me to download whenever, but I've actually just never played it, because I want to make a video on it one day, and I've just been too busy to make a video, if that makes sense. But I quite like the downstairs social hall. It's just decked out for a party. There's not much, there's like seating all around, but they're on tables. It's decked out for a party, not for eating. But I think that's fine, because we've got the upstairs. It's even got 2 bathrooms and a mini kitchen space upstairs. It's amazing. Like, and then even the tower is functional. I obviously had to use employ some creative uses of ladders, but they've got like little sitting areas in the towers, which I think is really cute. But I don't know why I did it, to be fair, because again, it's me trying to like make sense of everything, even though I'm like autistic and I don't understand how the world works. Like, I'm not saying that if you're autistic you don't understand how the world works. I mean, I'm autistic and I don't understand how the world works. It's 2 separate things. I'm just a dumbass. Autism aside. Yeah, so it kind of doesn't make sense for me to have done that, just because, I mean, how are you going to get sofas and like a whole ass bookshelf and all that up a ladder to put things away? I know, I think they had to employ some clever uses of cranes, and yeah. Also, there's something that really bugged me about this as well. It was the bloody roof. Like, the roof was clipping and I just couldn't figure out how to fix it, and it's so annoying. But stiff upper lip and all that, keep calm and carry on, as the British say. Well, actually, we haven't really said that for several years, since it was like a meme, and like everywhere had like this keep calm and blah 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 posters. Actually, we had like, I used to share a bedroom with my stepsister, and she had a lot of random stuff in her room. In our room, it was our room. Come on. And she just had like this one giant poster that was just comprised of mini keep calm and posters, like nerdy ones, and that was weird. But my stepsister wonders why I became a nerd. It's because of her. So if you're watching this, Kiva, this is your fault. All of this is your fault. You started me on The Sims. You're the reason why I'm weird. Not genetics, not the autism. It's you specifically, Kiva. It's an Irish name. Forgive her for it. I hadn't actually played a Sims game until my stepsister kept on talking about about playing the Sims 3. She actually, the reason the thing that convinced me to start playing the Sims 3 was she was mentioning something about her Sims. She was saying basically that she married her Sim after a man, and she didn't realize that he was an adult. So her Sim was like a young adult, and her husband like soon turned into an elder, which happened a lot in that game. It was quite fun. But she was telling me about this specific thing where she'd locked him in a room to kill him off. Yep. That was my first exposure to The Sims, was murdering a Sim in a locked room. But she was mentioning how her Sim had a baby with this guy, and how the Grim Reaper came to take his soul and sat down and started playing with, it was either a yellow rubber ducky or a yellow car in The Sims, like kid's toy, the Grim Reaper just sat down and started playing with that, and from that moment on I was like, you know what, I want to play The Sims, because I wanted to do everything my stepsisters did at the time. I was a massive copycat. I was not original. Like me now, to be fair. I'm not a very original person as it is. But anyway, so that's what convinced me to start playing The Sims 3. So I kind of I just stole my stepsister's copy, to be honest. I've never paid for the Sims 3 base game because I downloaded it off my stepsister's disc, which could like do multiple copies. And then I ended up this was with the kind of trade-off that any future expansion packs I'd buy, I'd have to share with her, which I did. So that's why I got the Sims 4 Sims 2 pets even, and that was my first Sims pack. I've actually never played a base game Sims game without any of the other packs because I've always been a bit late. I've always had at least like one for pack, and I started out with the Sims 4 pet, Sims 2 pets. I keep on saying Sims 4 pets. It's not even a thing. It's cats and dogs in the Sims 4, isn't it? That's my bad, guys. Sorry, but so yeah, that's weird. I'm weird. Let's face it. I also did try to do a little photography space in the upstairs area because I had like that little cubby that I didn't know what to do anything with. So I was like, something needs to go there. And I was like, wait, what do they do at weddings? They hold photo shoots. Of course they're going to have if this is a wedding venue, of course they're going to have a photography space. So I used a Moschino pack. Basically, do not download this build if you don't have a bunch of packs, because I did not limit myself with this build like I sometimes do, like I did with my Zen Tiny House, which was my last speed build, which I didn't talk through because I was just feeling very hyped at the time anyway. So I kind of just I needed to kind of relax and just, you know, build and just put some funky music on and just send it out into the world. So I did that, and I only spoke at the end. I didn't really get many views on that one, which is fair enough. I don't tend to get loads of views. I actually got a surprising amount of views personally, personal standards for my pack on the cast overview. And people were actually watching it all the way through as well, which surprised me. I'm up to 12 views. That doesn't sound amazing. I know, it really doesn't. But to me, it's 12 views in like just under 2 days. Actually, the majority of my views I got in like 2 hours. So to me, that's very exciting. Standards might change if I start getting more followers, more of you lovely people. And speaking of, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And tell me how much you like my speed builds, because I haven't really published many speed builds. I did try to record for a speed build the other day, actually, that I made, that I was really proud of. I did like a witchy, because I've been doing a lot of witchy themed builds recently. I did a witchy loft, loft apartment in City Living. And I'd recorded all the footage for it. I'd started on a thumbnail. I had, you know, I had sped it all up. I'd got all the sped up video. I'd like edited everything that I needed for it. And then I recorded for it. And I kind of left it. And then I came back the next day to like finish it off and like just cut down my my voiceover in that. And in the end, the recording had, what's the word I'm looking for? The recording had, lost its sound, just its sound. I had checked on my OBS that that it was there. Actually, I hadn't even just lost its sound, it lost everything. It just did not record properly, and I was so disappointed. So that video is not coming out because I was so disappointed. But again, like I said earlier, I am a very, very lazy person, so I am not going to go back and re-record anything. It's quite bad. I don't have the energy for it, guys. You know, I do work full time. I'm not even anywhere close to affording to make YouTube a full-time thing. I'd love to make YouTube a full-time thing. I'm having so much fun making videos and like talking to you guys, even though no one talks back. And again, if you like this video, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, maybe like. Yeah, I'm such a slut for views. But no, I'm not even asking you to like or subscribe, guys. Just, if you want to say hi in the comments, just say hi in the comments. No, don't even say hi. Just tell me how your day's been in the comments. Tell me what you've done today. Have you worked hard all day? Have you had a nice day off? Did you spend your time with your dogs, your cats? Did your dogs or cats, did your pets do anything exciting today? Tell me that, because The most exciting thing my cat did today was pee on my clothes. Hence why they're going through the wash twice. Yeah, I said it. I haven't had a very exciting day. I've just worked and had cat pee on my clothes. Thanks, Luca. Which is why I'm calling him Piss Boy. He has so many nicknames, so I don't think he actually recognises his own name anymore. He's got Luca, which is his actual birth name because his mom's name is Luna, and our other cat, who's Luna's little mate, is Louie. So he had to have like a Lou name. So we've got Luca. But my mum's boyfriend calls him Rat Boy or Ratters. My sister calls him Luxie sometimes, which is a bit weird. Why would you call him that? Also my mum's boyfriend calls him Demon. My mum's boyfriend's in love with this cat, I swear. It's hilarious. And then there's me who calls him Chicken Boy, or just Chicken sometimes. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I call this cat Chicken. He's not that much of a coward, actually. He's actually he's basically our smallest cat. He's actually not that much smaller than his mom, but he feels like the smallest cat, you know, because he's quite because his mom has a very slim build. We think she might have a tiny bit of Siamese in her. And he's got a very petite looking face, and because his mom's a tuxedo and he's fully black, the petite features come out more in him than without the white breaking it up, if that makes sense. So that's why he looks small, even though he's not. And I don't know why I'm talking so much about my cat, but my video is actually, my build's coming to an end, and I really do need to stop recording, but like, I'm actually having fun recording this now. Is that bad? I don't think it's actually bad to liking recording. I'm gonna have to cut a bit off, but yeah, I had a lot of fun making this, and keep an eye out, because in a couple days time, I'm going to have my gameplay reaction to it. I'm not gonna make a full-on review, because with my videos, I think it's my personal belief that if you want to what's the word I'm looking for, if you want to know my opinions on a pack, I'm not scared of saying what I feel in the videos, and that makes sense. So it kind of, I like to keep everything natural, mainly because I'm too lazy to make a script. I did screenwriting for 4 years, guys, like, give me a break. I'm too lazy to do a script anyway, and I don't really sound right when I'm reading out loud because I stutter a lot. I'm stutter a lot normally as well, and as you can tell, I try to, like, I think the words I want to say, but I say different words that mean the same thing, if that makes sense, but, like, slightly different. It's weird. I'm weird. Get over it, guys. But yeah, I think that's just kind of like the content I want to make. I want to be natural, and I mean, kudos to any kind of simmer or any YouTuber in general who can like stick to a script and plan a video out, and that takes so much skill. And in no way is it a bad thing to have like a scripted video or completely plan out what your video is going to be. I take a general concept for a video and I run with it, and sometimes in the middle of the videos it runs out or it changes into something different. Like last time, I was supposed to be doing a complete game overview with it, and I was just going to look at like the packs. I was going to try out some like wedding interactions and all that, but then I got really into the creator sim, and actually I found it was something I enjoyed, because I've never really tried it before. I've never tried critiquing like fashion and that, but I think when more packs come out, I might actually make this a regular thing, because I mean, it looked like people were enjoying watching it as well. The thumbnail left a lot to be desired, and I'm really sorry for that. I think the thumbnail for this one's a bit better, but I'm trying to get out of the habit now of editing and then like making the thumbnail while I'm waiting for it to finish. What's the word I'm looking for? To finish rendering. That's a me problem, which I'm changing, I'm learning, and that's what YouTube's all about. I'm learning how to do different things, like how I learned how to zoom in the other day when I was doing my Black Widow challenge part 2, which was, in a complete coincidence, part 2 of my Black Widow challenge came out on the second day of the second month of the 22nd year of the 2000s, on the Tuesday. So I made part 2 of my second ever Let's Play series on Tuesday. That was a complete coincidence. I'd actually recorded it like several months in advance, which is why the quality of parts of it is so bad. Sorry, guys. I was supposed to be stopping, but like, I get so ahead of myself, and I'm having so much fun right now. Because I was really nervous to start. I'm actually sweating buckets right now because I get really nervous when it comes to talking to you guys. I don't know why. This is why I don't let people in real life watch my YouTube channel, because I get embarrassed. I'm a very embarrassed person. I don't want to be embarrassed in life because I'm just a very non-confrontational person. So do it perfectly first time, or, you know, get the fuck out. But yeah, I'm not begging for compliments or anything like that. Again, if you want to leave a like, I would massively appreciate it. If you want to leave a subscribe, I will worship the ground you stand on. And if you leave a comment, tell me what your cats are up to maybe, or what your pets are up to, or what you've done today. And I'm trying, if I actually got comments, I'm trying to reply to most comments I get. Obviously, if I get hate, I'm not gonna delete the comment if I get hate, to be honest, unless it's like offensive or just a lot of swear words or has no point to it, like something like get effed, effer, you mother effing B word, or you know, something like that, or anything to do with like the N word or any kind of slurs like that, then yeah, of course I'm going to delete the comment, because I don't want people to have to see those things. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother other people to see it. But criticism, constructive or not, even if you want to say like get rid of the background noise in your videos, you sound so unprofessional. Even if you've worded it in like the rudest way possible, any kind of criticism is good, because, well, I mean, negative press is still press. Any press is good press, you know, that kind of thing. But also, it really helps me to grow, and I really appreciate anyone who's like watching, and I love you all so much. I'm gonna go now because my Chinese is almost here and I am starving. But have a good one, yeah? Take care, guys. Bye.